Okay, holiest to remind him is William. Okay, today I can read that part of the Bible. Today I can read Numbers chapter 16. I have to make another video about this because I actually deleted this by accident, so I have to make another one. Okay. Now Korah, the son of Ashar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, and Abiram, the sons of Eliam, all the son of Peleth, the sons of Reuben, took men, and they rose up before Moses and certain the children of Israel, 250 princes, especially famous in the congregation, men of renown, and to gather themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto him, Take ye much upon you, sing on the congregation of every one of them. The Lord is among them, wherefore lift thee up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord. And when Moses heard it, fell upon his face. And he spake unto Korah and his company, saying, And even tomorrow the Lord will shew his and who is holy, and will cause them to come near unto him, and even him who he have chosen will, and he have caused near unto, and caused to come near unto him. This do, take you censers, Korah and his company, and put fire therein, put incense in them before the Lord tomorrow, and it shall be in the man, it shall be the man of the Lord, who the Lord doeth choose, and he shall be holy, and ye take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi. And Moses said unto Korah, Hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi, seemeth it put a small thing up unto you, the God of Israel, and separate from you the congregation of Israel, and will bring you near to himself to do service of the congregation of the service of the tabernacle of the Lord, and instead of the congregation to master unto them. Okay, how big, how long? How he brought, and hath he brought near to him thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee seek and priesthood also, for which cause bring thou and all thy company and gather together against the Lord. And what is Aaron, what he murmured against him? And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliam, and which said, We will not come up. And isn't a small thing that has brought us up of the land and flow with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness, except thou myself together a prince over us? Moreover, it has not brought us into the land that floweth with milk and honey, and give us inheritance of the field and vineyards. And that thou put out the eyes of these men, and we will not come up. And Moses was very wroth, and said unto the Lord, Respect, not with their offering, but I am not taken as from them, neither I have heard one of them. And Moses said unto Korah, Beat thou all thy company before the Lord, and then unto Aaron tomorrow, and take every one of his censer, and put incense in them, and bring it before the Lord, every man his censer, 250 censers. Also an Aaron, and each of you has a censer, and he took every man of his censer, and put a fire in them, and the incense therein, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the glory unto the Lord, and pure unto all the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses to Aaron, saying, Serve themselves among the congregation, that I may consume them in the moment. And I fell upon their faces and said, O God, the God of spirits and all flesh, shall one man's sin thou be worth in all the congregation? The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the congregation, saying, Get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan and Abiram. And the Moses rose up with Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you, and leave the tents of the wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, and be consumed as all their sins. And they got up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan and Abiram, on every side, and Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives and their sons and their little children. And Moses said, Hereby you shall know that the Lord hath said me to do all these works, for I have not done them of mine own mind. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord have not sent me. But if the Lord make a new thing on the earth, open her mouth, and swallow them up, I will return unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, and they shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord. And it came to pass, and speaking all these words, that the ground descended under them, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up. And like their houses, and all the men obtained unto Korah, and all their goods, they have obtained unto them. And they went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. And all Israel were round about and fled at the cry of them, and they said, Lest he swallowed us up also. And they came up a fire from the Lord, and consumed 250 men, and offered incense. And the Lord came to Moses, saying, Speak unto Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, and he take the censers out of the burning, and scatter out the fire Yodor, and they are hollowed, and the censers out of the censers of these sinners, the censers out of these sinners against their own souls. Let them broad plates covering of the altar, and they offered them before the Lord, and they hollowed, and they shall be a sign unto the children of Israel. And Eleazar took priests and brazen censers wherewith they were burnt had offered, and they had made broad plates and covering of the altar. To be a memorial unto the children of Israel, that no stranger, which is not a seed of Aaron, come near to offer incense before the Lord. And that he be not as Korah and his company, as the Lord said unto him by the hand of Moses. But the morrow of the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, and ye have killed the people of the Lord. And it came to pass, when the congregation was gathered against Moses and against Aaron, and they looked toward the tabernacle of the congregation, behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord appeared. And Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Get you up among the congregation, that I may consume them as in the moment. And they fell upon their faces, and Moses unto Aaron, Take a censer and put fire there from the altar, and put the incense and go quickly unto the congregation, and make all moratorium if there is word gone from the Lord, and plague. Okay, there is wrath that gone out from the Lord, the plague is begun. And Aaron took Moses' commandment, and run into the midst of the congregation. Behold, the plague was begun among the people, and I put on incense as atonement for the people. And he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stayed. And that they died in the plague were 14,700 beside them that died, the manner of Korah. And Aaron returned unto Moses unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the plague was stayed. Okay, that's the ending of Numbers chapter 16. And then next we read Numbers chapter 17. Okay, and you have to go right now. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.